What's up, guys? Today is October 13th. This is what I'm doing today. I'm going to treat my bees with some Formic Pro, get them ready for wintertime. Just cut this open. Have never used this, but I'm going to, instead of using two pads at the same time, I'm going to use one, which they say you can do that in the instructions. But I do like the packaging. There's two pads in one package. So if you want to use one strip, you can use one strip for 10 days, and then you put the second strip in for another 10 days. And then if you want to use two strips at the same time, you can for 14 days. But I've seen a lot of people on YouTube saying that it kills their queen, or it makes the bees mad enough to ball their queen up and kill their queen, and they go into wintertime queenless, which is not a good thing. So I'm going to go with the one strip method and see how that works for me. The forecast today is going to be the warmest day for the next 10 days, and it's going to be 82. So we're going to see what happens. Let's get it on. Now we be smoking, man. Alright, y'all. This is hive number 1. It's one of my smaller hives. I just pulled a brood frame out of the center. It's got some cap brood in it on both sides and a lot of bee bread, it looks like. Very nice. I think this brood is emerging, so the queen might lay in it, but maybe not. We'll see what this Formic Pro does to him. This is one of my double deeps. That's just a feeder on the top. Honey super. Anyways, I'm going to put one strip in here. I'm not going to do a full inspection by any means, because I know they're alright. Hey, just bringing in some pollen. Very nice. I'm just going to crack this double open. Hopefully, anyway. There's a lot of pollen going in. Nice. I'm going to put one pad on them. Give them a little smoke at the entrance. Hit them at the top here through the feeder board. Alright. Get them popped open here. Alright, y'all. So I got this bad boy popped open. What's up, girls? Most of my brood is upstairs. A lot of these combs down here they're not utilizing for whatever reason. I think it's just because it's late fall. But I mean, this whole top deep is full of brood and food, so those vapors will go right up into that brood. Alright. Now, I'm not going to treat this colony. My little nuke colony, I'm going to hit them with some OA, oxalic acid, but this is going to be a check on the queen kind of a situation here. Last week she was laying, which is what you want, and I got this lid stuck down pretty good. Yeah, very nice. Lots of bees. These guys got robbed out about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I just kept on feeding them afterwards, and they've bounced right back, luckily. So let's see how they're doing. A little bit of smoke here. Go downstairs for a moment, please, little girls. See if we can pull this middle frame out here. I think this one had eggs on it last week. This nuke I made from a super seeder cell off of my, what I call my well house hive, which is, I think, the best hive I've got as far as genetics go. So I really want this queen to not die, and I want this hive to thrive. but they just keep getting picked on. It's, oh shit, excuse me, pardon my Frenchie. That propolis is a sticking. That bee kind of frightened me there for a second. I thought I was going to tag my finger. I guess I should move maybe a little bit slower here. Alright, I'm going to pause this for a moment. Well, if you all wanted to see the queen, I just found her, but she's kind of camera shy. Let's flip this frame around. Oh, she went right over here. Should be right along the top edge of that bar there, I think. She likes to... Queen bees, for some reason, really do not like being in the sunlight. They like being in dark spaces. Where did she go? I see a lot of baby bees. Little fuzzies. Got some cat brood over here. Very good. That stuff's getting ready to emerge. Give this nuke a lot of... There she is right there. The old green dot. Pretty girl. Wellhouse queen number 2. The queen from my wellhouse hive is a Carnolian Italian mutt, I would say, is what the bee keeper that I bought her from, or that nucleus from, said. So this side has eggs. Gonna be really hard to see without being right in the sunlight, but this side has eggs larvae in it. Very good. As you can see, I mean, I'm not doing anything really crazy, but it is fall, and these bees are just as calm as can be. And I don't have very good gloves on. Really good temperament. Another one of my double deeps. I'm just going to crack them open. Yeah, look at there. An assassin bug. Got him some lunch. You freaking turd. You guys gotta eat, I guess, huh? Well, that's why you got good queens. If you don't have a good queen, you're not gonna have a hive anyway, so keep on laying them eggs. Anyways, I'm gonna put one pad in this double deep. I'm gonna do them like I did that last double deep. I'm just gonna split them from the back, pop them open, and throw that pad in there. Alright. This hive is done. Gave him a new Swiffer pad too. This is what the old one looks like. They propolis them sometimes so bad that they kind of lose their functionality, I guess, but that's a good beetle trap. I recommend using them. Trap them by the legs, and then they can't move, they can't slime your hives, and then they starve to death. Ha ha ha! Smash. Next. Alright, this is my wellhouse hive, as I call it, which is my favorite hive. And I was trying to spot a robber bee. Looky there. See how dark that one is? It's because they get their hairs pulled out from landing on other hives. It just makes them look darker. If you see some really dark looking bees, it usually means they're a robber bee. They could be part of your hive, but most of the time they're not, the ones that you see, because the ones that are robbing are not in the hive, they're out foraging. So anyways, let's get this hive treated too. Wellhouse hive, check. Alright. Look at those beautiful little bees up in there. All that comb. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full frames of comb up there. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 downstairs. I've taken a lot of frames from these bees, and they just keep on making wax if I feed them one to one. It's the only hive of mine that's still making their own wax this late in the year. And that Swiffer pad looks way better than some of the other hives do, because they're better at keeping pests out of their hive. Alright, I'm going to close these girls up. I can already see robber bees sniffing around. Alright. Alrighty. Another double deep. This is an Italian hive I got from, dang it, Mountain Sweet Honey. Great beekeeping company. I enjoy the customer service that they provide. The guys are awesome. Been really good bees. I bought them as a package, and I made a split off of them earlier this year even, and they've done fantastic. I've drawn out two deeps full of comb and a honey super worth of comb almost all the way out. They didn't quite finish it up because I didn't get the bees till the beginning of May this year, so they didn't really have the entire nectar flow to be able to make enough wax, but they did a great job regardless. I'm curious to see what they do this next year. This hive probably has the highest population out of all the hives that I have, and I did have a queen excluder on this originally, but I took it off. But while I had the queen excluder on this, the queen was laying 8 and 9 frames of brood out of the 10 frames in the bottom deep, so really good queen. I will say they eat like pigs compared to some other bees, but hey, they make a lot of bees. They're worth keeping around, I'd say. Alright, I'm just going to pop these girls open like I did the other 2 or 3 hives, and give them a patty. Formic Pro patty, that is. Alright, got the Formic Pro pad in here. Oh my gosh, I just got a whiff of some of those vapors, like super duper vinegar kind of a smell. Bottom deep is where most of the brood is, because I'm pretty sure whenever I checked this top deep last week, it was all food. So they are pretty much set up for the winter. I'm just going to continue to feed them. Wherever they don't use, they'll end up using this next spring, or I'll end up utilizing those honey frames to make splits and nukes out of. So I'm going to give them a Swiffer trap down here for the beetles. I'm going to close them up and go on to the last hive, which is my mean hive, and I will be changing gloves because they like to sting me through these gloves. Only do that once with a mean hive. Makes you lose confidence in your beekeeping techniques after you get stung every time you wear the wrong gloves on a mean hive. So anyways, next hive. Just a little FYI, if you guys have never held an entire deep box full of honey, holy crap, I think it weighs 90 pounds. Very impressive. Well, I mean, this isn't honey, it's sugar syrup honey, but you get the drift. Alright, finally got my camera to work. I got my heavy gloves on. They are the Apis Tacticals that are vented. They work really well. Can't really feel what you're doing, the only downfall, but whenever you got an ornery hive like this one, I like to put them on. They can't sting you through them that way. So these guys are treated, and here in another couple weeks, whenever I do the next treatment, I may condense them down into just a 10 frame single deep instead of a double, because they don't have every single frame drawn out, and I think they'll overwinter better, honestly. Get them condensed down into a single deep, full of food, maybe a frame of brood or 2. This is an Italian hive, so another package bee, Italian package bee that I bought from Mountain Sweet Honey out of Georgia. So they'll probably keep a pretty high population if they can. Anyways, we got treatment on them. Treatment lasts for 10 days. Or you're doing single pads like this, and the temperature range is between, I believe, 50 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. So the weather I've got is going to be perfect for it, because it's only going to be about 75 at night, or not at night, but during the day. So alright, get these mites knocked down pre-winter, And then whenever they go almost broodless, I'm going to knock the crap out of them with my oxalic acid vaporizer. And then we'll be set for the winter, hopefully. Anyways, I'm going to leave these girls alone. They're about to start getting angry with me. I don't like it when they do that, so we'll see you on the next one. Bees, 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 bees.